Tonight, as millions of Americans prepare for back-to-school shopping, the threat of more tariff turmoil is rattling some consumers and creating a budget crunch for others. And it's not just school supplies. The prices of everyday goods, from coffee to medicines, are expected to increase.
In a country where every pill comes with a hefty price tag, it's not illness that wears people down. It's the cost. Many still believe that as long as they go to the big-name pharmacy chains, they're safe, cheap, convenient, trustworthy. But that belief, it's a dangerous illusion. Did you know that the exact same bottle of vitamin D3 supplements shot up nearly 40% in price in just 3 months? Not because of better quality, but because of tariffs. When the latest round of trade taxes kicked in, every bottle of cold medicine, every daily multivitamin quietly turned into a luxury item. And worse, the very chains millions of Americans trust the most are often the ones jacking up prices the hardest. So ask yourself, are you paying for your health or footing the bill for tariff mistakes? In this video, we'll break down 5 pharmacy chains Americans should think twice about right now. Not because their products are unsafe, but because you deserve a fairer choice. Number 1, CVS Pharmacy. If there was ever a place that once symbolized trust in American healthcare, it would be CVS. A store you can spot on nearly every street corner, from busy city blocks to tiny Midwest towns. But sometimes it's the places we trust the most that end up hurting us the hardest. Did you know that in the second quarter of 2025, CVS quietly hiked prices on over 150 over-the-counter products? From cough syrup to pain relievers to basic vitamin C. Many of these items jumped 18 to 36% in just 90 days. And this wasn't because of rising operating costs or product shortages. The reason was something far less tangible: tariffs. When President Trump reinstated a wave of tariffs on countries supplying pharmaceutical ingredients, including India, China, and Ireland, distributors were forced to restructure their pricing. And CVS, as the largest pharmacy retailer in the US, chose to respond by pushing that entire burden onto the consumer. Here's the more troubling part. CVS has shuttered over 900 locations in the past 24 months. Most of those closures hit rural towns and working-class neighborhoods, places where people have few, if any, alternatives. What happens when a retiree without reliable transportation needs insulin urgently, but the nearest CVS is now 20 miles away? In states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina, some customers are waiting up to 3 days for their prescriptions to be filled. Not because the medication isn't in stock, but because there simply aren't enough staff. Another ripple effect of CVS's post-tariff cost-cutting strategy. In many stores, just one pharmacist is left behind the counter, overwhelmed, leaving a pile of delayed orders. CVS once promised to be your partner in health, but be honest. Have you walked into a CVS this year and felt like everything costs more, even though nothing has changed? Except the price tags. A standard CVS Health brand cough suppressant that used to cost $3 for a 20-pack is now nearly $4.75. That's a 55% jump in one summer. A basic bottle of multivitamins climbed from $9.98 to $13.49 in just 2 months. This isn't hyperinflation. It's the cost of import tariffs being bundled up and handed directly to you at the register. Are you noticing those little price bumps when you shop at CVS? Or do you just see them as a few cents here, a few dollars there, until they stack up to hundreds of dollars each quarter? Meanwhile, assistance programs for seniors, Medicare recipients, and SNAP users haven't budged. CVS offers no special breaks for those hit hardest. At CVS, treating all customers equally simply means everyone pays for the tariffs, even those who can least afford them. A recent study from the National Pharmaceutical Council found that the average American spends over $180 a month on OTC medications and vitamins. If you buy everything at CVS in 2025, that figure could creep toward $240. A jump that forces families to cut back elsewhere, whether that's food, electricity, or rent. The takeaway here isn't to boycott CVS. It's to shop smart. Compare prices at independent pharmacies or order from online platforms that aren't as tariff-heavy. In some cases, legally ordering from Canadian suppliers approved by the FDA could save you up to 40%. Don't let familiarity blind you to better choices. CVS may have once stood for healthcare you could trust, but in a time of volatile prices, you need to take control of your wallet, instead of silently absorbing the fallout of policies made in Washington. Number 2. Walgreens. In America, there's hardly anyone who hasn't seen that familiar red and white Walgreens sign. With thousands of locations stretching from California to tiny Midwest towns, Walgreens isn't just a pharmacy, it's where many people place their hopes for a healthier life. But in 2025, that trust is being tested every single day. Unlike CVS, which has been hit hard by downsizing, Walgreens faces a quieter, but arguably more dangerous issue: skyrocketing drug prices with no matching improvement in service. From April to July this year, surveys across Walgreens stores in Illinois, Florida, and North Carolina showed that more than 70% of common OTC items, cough medicine, allergy pills, B vitamins, climbed by an average of 25%. Some products like omega-3 or calcium supplements shot up as much as 42% in under 6 months. Why? There's no mystery. New import tariffs on medical ingredients and supplements from the EU and Asia have driven costs to historic highs. But the real question is how Walgreens responded. While smaller chains chose to eat into their own margins or even take short-term losses to keep customers loyal, Walgreens took the harsher route, shifting the entire burden onto its shelf prices. The result? The very customers who've been the most loyal are now the ones hurt the most. Have you ever walked into a Walgreens intending to grab a bottle of multivitamins for your aging parents, only to freeze in the aisle because the price was nearly double what you paid last time? You're not imagining things. The market shifted, and the retailer didn't bother to warn you. One major reason Walgreens has drawn more criticism than competitors, its double pricing problem. Shelf tags don't always match what the scanner rings up. Products labeled as on sale often charge full price at checkout. According to Consumer Reports, Walgreens received the highest number of complaints about pricing discrepancies of any major U.S. pharmacy chain in 2024 and the first half of 2025. It raises a tough question. Is this confusion just sloppy management or a profit strategy in disguise? And it's not just about price hikes. Walgreens' in-store health services are eroding too. Once seniors could stop in for a quick blood pressure check, a glucose test, or a bit of advice from a friendly pharmacist. But after staffing cuts meant to offset operational costs, many stores have quietly eliminated those services entirely. Some customers now wait 20 minutes or more just for a pharmacy tech to acknowledge their prescription. In southern states like Georgia and Arkansas, the shortage of on-site pharmacists means some stores are open for limited hours only, creating what health experts are calling medical deserts right in the middle of major cities. A Kaiser Health News study in June 2025 found that 1 in 3 Americans over age 55 struggled to access the medications they needed from Walgreens within the past 60 days, mostly because of price hikes and lack of support staff. They might not say it aloud, but the look in their eyes and the silence at the counter say enough. What makes it all sting even more, Walgreens hasn't introduced any targeted support for retirees, Medicare recipients, or SNAP users. The loyalty program isn't what it used to be, and discounts now mostly focus on express delivery services, something many seniors either don't need or can't easily use. If you live in a small town where Walgreens is the only nearby pharmacy, your choice now is simple: pay more or wait longer. And if you live in a big city, can you really be sure you're getting the service you're paying for? Here's the hard truth. The only smart move is to shop around. Compare prices across chains, check independent pharmacies, even look at FDA-approved Canadian sellers. Many equivalent medications are 30–40% cheaper with the same quality. Don't let familiarity become a trap that quietly drains your wallet month after month. Walgreens was once the symbol of convenience. But when that convenience is becoming more expensive by the day, you need to be sharp, so you're not the last one to realize you've been paying too much. Number 3. Walmart Pharmacy. For years, Walmart has been hailed as the symbol of smart practicality in America. The place where, with just a handful of coins, you could grab a bottle of generic Tylenol, a few vitamin D tablets, or a box of cough medicine to last the week for millions of Americans, especially retirees and SNAP recipients. Walmart Pharmacy used to feel like a lifeline from the crushing costs of healthcare. But in 2025, something has shifted. No announcements, no apologies, no headlines. Walmart has quietly adjusted prices on a huge range of OTC drugs, especially cold medicines, multivitamins, antacids, and the most common dietary supplements. To see the change clearly, look at just one example: Equate multivitamins, Walmart's own store brand. Once priced at $4.88 for a 100-count bottle by early August, that same bottle now costs $7.46. That's a 52% jump in just 5 months. And it's not an isolated case. Alongside Equate, dozens of other Walmart OTC products have climbed 25–60% since the new import tariff package was rolled out. Have you noticed those familiar vitamin bottles disappearing from your cart? Yet your receipt somehow getting bigger. Walmart hasn't explained this to customers. There's no notice posted at the pharmacy counter, no PR campaign saying why. All shoppers know is this: each trip prices creep up a few cents, then a few dollars, until it starts to feel like betrayal. Unlike CVS or Walgreens, which market themselves as slightly more upscale, Walmart has always claimed to serve the masses. But that means when Walmart raises prices, it's the most vulnerable shoppers who feel it first. A grandmother in Missouri, who once spent $15 a month on allergy pills and magnesium, now pays over $25, with no change to her income. Walmart also used to boast about its generic drug $4 plan, letting people buy basic prescription meds for just $4. But now, according to AARP, nearly half the drugs on that list have either been pulled or pushed past the $6 mark. Why input costs from overseas suppliers aren't cheap anymore, thanks to tariffs on India and China. And that's not the only pain point. Walmart has been cutting pharmacist staff at busy stores, leading to long waits, rushed consultations, and more errors. In Arizona, a state report found over 200 incorrect prescriptions filled at Walmart pharmacies in just the past 60 days. Mostly because there was no one left to double-check. Have you waited 40 minutes just to pick up a single pack of seasonal allergy pills? In 2025, that's not unusual. The irony. Many customers still stick with Walmart simply because they feel they don't have any other choice. In many suburbs or small towns, Walmart is the only place to get affordable meds. But the affordable of yesterday is quickly becoming the unbearable of today. A consumer action report in July revealed Walmart now has the second highest rate of OTC price hikes nationwide, trailing only behind private independent pharmacies. Meaning that same cold medicine you grabbed at Walmart, you could get it from an FDA-approved online seller for up to 30% less. If you're watching this, check your most recent Walmart pharmacy purchase. Compare it to GoodRx or a local community pharmacy. You might be shocked by how much you could save, if you weren't too loyal. The takeaway here isn't never shop at Walmart. It's this: don't blindly assume the place that used to be the cheapest still keeps that promise. In a time when tariffs can shift every quarter, awareness is your strongest weapon as a consumer. Number 4, GNC. When you think of the biggest supplement brand in America, one name almost always comes to mind: GNC. From whey protein tubs for gym goers to multivitamins for seniors, GNC has long stood for professionalism, quality control, and expert guidance you could trust. But that reputation has made the shock even sharper for customers walking into GNC stores this summer. Did you know a bottle of GNC Mega Men 50+ multivitamins, once priced at $22, is now listed for $33.99 in states like California, Washington, and New York? No extra pills, no upgraded formula, just a cost update. GNC isn't hiding the reason. They've openly blamed new import tariffs on raw ingredients from Germany, South Korea, and Canada, the stuff behind everything from enzymes to minerals to amino acids. But what's frustrating shoppers isn't the explanation, it's the feeling of being cornered. Have you ever walked into a GNC, grabbed that familiar bottle of iron supplements, and flinched at the new price tag? The catch is, you often don't have an alternative. Nearly 100% of GNC's inventory is private label or exclusive partnerships. Unlike at a grocery store, you can't just grab a competing brand. That exclusivity turns pricing into a velvet trap. Unlike Walmart or Walgreens, GNC never pretended to be cheap. Their pitch has always been pay more for your health because it's worth it. But even the willing to spend crowd is hesitating now. A June 2025 Consumer Health Trends survey found nearly 65% of GNC's loyal customers have switched to online platforms like iHerb or Amazon, simply because they couldn't keep up with the price hikes. And then there's the service gap. Once upon a time, you could walk into GNC and talk to a staff member who had real training. Someone who could explain the difference between magnesium citrate and magnesium oxide. Now, after rounds of staff cuts to offset post-tariff costs, many stores have one person running the entire floor. Instead of tailored guidance, you hear, "I'm not sure. Most people just pick this one." GNC used to educate. Now it's just a place to grab and go. Do you feel like you're being pushed into buying something you're not even sure you need? Just because there's no one left to clarify, customers are also frustrated by GNC's gutted promotions. The once popular buy one get one 50% off deal, now limited to select, often slow-moving products, rewards points adjusted downward, senior and veteran discounts practically gone. And there's another sting: price inconsistencies. A bottle of calcium citrate 1,000 milligrams sells for $19.95 in Georgia, but $27.49 in Arizona. No clear reason, no explanation. Just the expectation that you'll sigh, pay, and move on, because you've already made the trip. Ever notice that the same GNC product is cheaper on Amazon and shipped to your door? That's no accident. It's a regional pricing strategy most customers don't notice until it's too late. Here's the bottom line: check prices before you buy at GNC. Online platforms can save you up to 30%, and many now offer chatbot consultations with real supplement knowledge. Don't let a big brand name blur your choices. You're spending money to improve your health. Don't let every checkout at GNC leave you feeling a little weaker instead. Number 5, Vitamin Shop. Picture this: you're trying to live healthier. You start reading food labels, working out regularly, and you stop by Vitamin Shop to pick up a few supplements. Some zinc, a little vitamin C, maybe probiotics for your gut. That's how millions of Americans begin their wellness journey. But here's the problem, you're paying more for the exact same thing. Unlike Walmart or Walgreens, which are tied to prescriptions and endless OTC medicine aisles, Vitamin Shop has always positioned itself as a proactive health hub. The shelves are neat. The products curated, the staff in crisp logo polos. That professional vibe once inspired trust, until the price tags made customers stop in their tracks. According to Retail Insight, July 2025, Vitamin Shop raised prices on over 60% of its core products in Q2, especially multivitamins, plant-based proteins, collagen, and omega fatty acids. The average increase 18% to 47%. The reason is familiar raw material costs spiking after the latest import tariffs. Have you ever grabbed the same multivitamin you paid $24 for in March, only to see it ringing up at nearly $35 by August? It's happening every day. Most customers don't even notice right away. The labels look the same, the colors haven't changed, and the brand is still promising premium quality. Unlike GNC, Vitamin Shop earned praise for sourcing carefully. Less filler, fewer additives, more transparency. But now with tariffs slapped on supplement ingredients from India, Germany, Canada, and Japan, that transparency comes with a price tag that's hard to swallow. What frustrates shoppers even more? The store versus online price gap. The same Vitamin Shop brand collagen peptides cost $31.99 in a Minnesota store, but $22.49 on the website. Ask an associate about it, and you'll likely hear online prices don't apply in store. How are you supposed to trust a health brand that won't even align its own pricing? Are you really buying vitamins? Or are you paying extra for an inconsistent experience? Then there's the Healthy Awards program. Customers complain that points pile up painfully slow and redemption rules have gotten stricter. The cute birthday perk, now just a discount code, but only if you spend $50 or more. Look at the bigger picture. A June 2025 Consumer Health Alliance study found that 48% of customers over 50 say they've cut back on supplements because prices are unmanageable. Nearly half of them were once regular Vitamin Shop customers. Isn't it ironic? A brand created to help people live healthier may now be stressing them out financially. And the service, that's slipping too. Vitamin Shop no longer keeps as many knowledgeable associates on staff, partly because wages aren't competitive, partly because revenue pressure means associates are focused less on guiding you and more on closing a sale. Your question about vitamin K interactions with blood thinners might now get you nothing more than a confused stare. So what should you do? Cross-check prices on platforms like iHerb, Amazon, or even Vitamin Shop's own website. Compare ingredients. Are you paying for quality or just for packaging and store location? Ask your local pharmacist about generic or alternative options. Many store-brand vitamins are up to 40% cheaper and meet the same standards. Vitamin Shop used to symbolize smart, intentional shopping. But in today's tariff-driven market, that trust is being tested. You may still need their products, but make sure you're the one controlling the bill, not silently absorbing it. There's never been a time when simply buying medicine, something essential and routine, has felt like such a test of patience, awareness, and financial endurance for American consumers. From the giants like CVS and Walgreens to niche players like GNC and Vitamin Shop, every trip to the store, Ray. SES, the same uneasy question, am I quietly being squeezed? Tariffs aren't the only factor, but they are the spark that's driven costs higher and cracked trust in brands once seen as health partners. Prices climb while service transparency and access slide the other way. That's why in this volatile moment, the smart choice isn't just the cheapest option. It's the one that's clear, fair, and truly puts your health first.
This video does not promote division within the United States or encourage education. All content is presented for the purpose of exploration, analysis, and fostering discussion based on current events, public sentiment, and social trends. We fully respect the United States Constitution and all federal regulations. If today's analysis made you think, drop a comment so we can keep the conversations going. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you will never miss our next independent deep dive.